Alrighty, welcome back in. After this video, I'll finally be caught up on all the videos. Woo! So I'm going to be reviewing Wednesday's action from the Major League Baseball season, starting with the San Francisco 49ers. There I go, talking about football again. The San Francisco Giants taking on the Miami Marlins. They would win this contest 3-1 would be the final score. With the win, San Fran's now sitting at 8-11, and after the loss, the Marlins are now 11 games below 500 with a record of 4-15. Keaton Wynn got his first win of the season. He's now 1-3. Declan Cronin is 0-2, and Camilo Duvall got his third save for the Giants. The Minnesota Twins took on the Baltimore Orioles with the victory. Final score was 4-2. With the victory, Baltimore is now sitting at 12-6. After the loss, Minnesota is now 5 games below 500 with a record of 6-11. Keg Kimbrell would pick up his third win of the season. He's now 3-0, while Griffin Jacks got his second loss. He's 1-2. The Pittsburgh Pirates were continuing their series with the New York Mets. The Mets would win this one pretty one-sidedly. 9-1 would be the final score. With that, the Mets are now 2 games above 500 with a record of 10-8. And after the loss, the Pirates are 11-8. Luis Severino is 2-1 as a starter, while Bailey Falter got his first loss. He's 1-1. Just one run to report in this contest between the Milwaukee Brewers and the San Diego Padres. Milwaukee would win this one 1-0. They're now sitting at 11-6. After the loss, the Padres are 11-10. Abner Uribe got his second win of the season. He's now 2-1. Michael King is also 2-1, but he suffered the loss. And Yoel Payamps got his second save for Milwaukee. The Texas Rangers took on the Detroit Tigers. Winning this contest 5-4 would be the final score. After the win, the Rangers are now 1 game above 500 with a record of 10-9. After the loss, Detroit's 10-8. Kirby Yates picked up his second win of the season. He's now 2-0, while Shelby Miller is 3-1 after suffering his first loss of the year. The Atlanta Braves were taking the Houston Astros. Atlanta would win this contest 5-4. With the win, they're now at 12-5. After the loss, Houston's now 8 games below 500 with a record of 6-14. AJ Minter is 3-1 after the victory. Seth Martinez is 1-1, and Raciel Iglesias got his 5th save for Atlanta. The Kansas City Royals were taking on the Chicago White Sox. The Royals would double up on the White Sox, winning this contest 4-2, improving their record to 12-6. After the loss, the White Sox are now 13 games below 500 with a record of 2-15. Nick Anderson got his first win of the season. He's 1-1. Michael Kopech is 0-2, and James MacArthur got his 4th save for the Royals. These two teams would actually play a doubleheader, and Chicago would get the better of them in their second game, winning their contest 2-1, improving their record to 3-15. If you can even say that's improving their record. After the loss, the Royals are 12-7. Eric Fedde, I believe is how you pronounce his name, would pick up his first win for the White Sox. Michael Wacha suffered his second loss. He's now 1-2, and Devi Garcia picked up his first save for the White Sox. The New York Yankees were continuing their series with the Toronto Blue Jays, winning this contest 6-4, improving their record to 13-6. After the loss, the Jays are now sitting at 10-9. Victor Gonzalez picked up his first win of the season. He's 1-0. Eric Swanson suffered the loss. He's 0-1. And Clay Holmes picked up his 7th save for the New York Yankees. The next match has the Washington Nationals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. This would be a 2-0 shutout in favor of Washington. They're now sitting at 8-10. After the loss, the Dodgers are 12-9. Jake Irvin picked up his first win of the season. He's now 1-1. Landon Knack is 0-1 as a starter. And Kyle Finnegan would pick up his 7th save for the Nationals. The Oakland A's took on the St. Louis Cardinals, doubling up on St. Louis. 6-3 would be the final score. After the win, Oakland's now sitting at 8-11, and after the loss, the Cardinals now 1 game below 500 with a record of 9-10. Paul Blackburn is 2-0 as a starter. Steven Matz is 1-1 after the loss, and Mason Miller picked up his 3rd save for the A's. The Chicago Cubs took on the Arizona Diamondbacks. It wouldn't be as high of a scoring compared to the previous game. The Cubs would win this contest 5-3. They're now sitting at 11-7 after the loss. The Diamondbacks are now one game below 500 with a record of 9-10. Hayden Wazinski is 1-0 as a starter, while Brandon Fafad, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, suffered his first loss, evening up his record to 1-1. The Cincinnati Reds were taking on the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners would win this contest 5-1. They're now sitting at 9-10. After the loss, Cincinnati's now back to 500 with a record of 9-9. Bryce Miller picked up his third win of the season. He's now 3-1, while Andrew Abbott is 1-2 after the loss. The Colorado Rockies were taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies would win this one, a very close contest. 7-6 would be the final score. They're now sitting at 11-8, while the Rockies have now dropped to 11 games below 500 with a record of 4-15. Christopher Sanchez picked up his first win for the Phillies. He's now 1-2, while Ryan Feltner is also 1-2 after the loss. Jose Alvarado got his third save for the Phillies. The Los Angeles Angels were taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Los Angeles would win this one. A very close contest, to say the least. 5-4 would be the final score, evening up their record at 9-9. After the loss, the Tampa Bay Rays are 10-9. Hunter Strickland would pick up his first win of the season, while Pete Fairbanks suffered the loss. He's now 0-2. And the last game from Wednesday took place in Beantown as the Boston Bruins. Here we go talk about hockey. First it's football, now it's hockey. Well, whatever. Too late to start over. The Boston Red Sox would win this contest 2-0. They're now sitting at 10-9 after the loss. It doesn't really affect the Guardians that much. There's still 6 games above 500 with a record of 12-6. Tanner Hook got his third win of the season. He's now 3-1, while Ben Lively suffered the loss. He's 0-1. Alrighty, that should take care of my recap from the Major League Baseball season. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, please feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, take care.